Hi, Mountain West staff. I wanted to update you on an action step for our progress that we've been making at creating a higher level of belonging for all in our region. As hopefully, as you know, we have a team of 8 diverse staff from across our region who have been meeting monthly to move us forward based on action steps from a survey we took with Cultured Enough. And the number 1 and number 2 survey results were, 1, for us to grow in psychological safety, and number 2, being able to talk through disagreement in a healthy way. At our fall staff retreat in Camp Bighorn, the feedback from you was, what is psychological safety? Can we define it to see if we're progressing? So our aim as a region is that Christ would be the center of all we do. So with that in mind, you might hear the word psychological safety and ask, where's that in the Bible? We'll define that, but first let's define the phrase. What is psychological safety? Here's how our team landed on that. Psychological safety is a shared belief that a space is secure for interpersonal risk-taking. In any staff gathering, in any size, that you can be secure of your place here. And that no one will be punished or humiliated for speaking up with ideas, asking questions, sharing concerns, or making a mistake. It's about security. Where does this fit in the Bible? How can we arrive at the same definition? And we know that the word safety is a tough one to define, but we're really holding on that word security, that your place is secure. This kind of form of growth is like fruit that Jesus talked about, abiding with him. That when we abide in Jesus, that we can show love and peace and patience and kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control towards each other, even when we're different and even when we're unaware of some things that we do. Apart from Jesus, we can't bear good fruit. So providing psychological safety, it's actually describing what grace looks like in a community. Philippians 2 talks about being like-minded, having the same purpose, kind of major in the majors, and looking after each other's interests, even in disagreement, that we can be one when we're humble towards each other. Psychological safety is a condition where people experience the security and freedom to engage in one's team or area or region without the fear of having to protect themselves. A good metaphor is that psychological safety is like a healthy, fertile soil field where diversity and disagreement and working through misunderstanding can grow and blossom. So here's how we want to accomplish psychological safety in our region. Number 1, we just first have to acknowledge that none of us is the ultimate authority, because sometimes things feel right to us and others are wrong. We start with Jesus. And then also we leave room at the table for a diversity of ideas and thoughts. This requires a posture of humility, like Philippians 2, and the fruit of patience. Humility says, I'm better for hearing your ideas and thoughts. Pride says the opposite, that my thoughts are right and yours are wrong. We can hold on to what we truly believe still, and yet respect the other person when their thoughts are contradictory to our own, when we have psychological security and safety in our community. The second thing is that we got to be authentic with others. And when we're authentic, sometimes we engage with others and it brings up hurt and trauma when we dive into a heavy conversation, but we got to care for ourselves in that. And then third, we recognize that within our region, we will disagree. And it's how we disagree that creates psychological safety. And when we disagree, let's go to our regional values. We ask clarifying questions. We move towards each other instead of away from each other, rather than form a group of friends or a little side text conversation to cast them out or judge them. We assume positive intent from others. For example, if someone said something that really just messed you up, kind of triggered you, we assume positive intent that they did not mean to hurt you. And then we ask questions, asking for clarification of what they meant. And we can even share how it felt to us. And if someone comes to you and does that, ask for clarity, they move toward you and ask questions to understand what you meant, that we receive them and thank them for that, and we seek reconciliation. Because you're secure here. Again, this is a fruit of the Spirit. This is different than the way that the world works around us and what we've seen, even in segments of the church. But we are to be known by love and refreshingly marked by our fruit, again, of that patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness. So we'd love to hear your feedback. What did you think of this definition of psychological safety and how it engages the security of you and others being in this region? Text or share with me or folks on the DEP team, like Annie, Gaio, Carson, Becca, Hooper, TJ, Cassie, Tanya. They're representing you. Feel free to reach out to them as well. And if someone shares something with you, asks you a tough question, moves towards you, asks for clarification of something that you said, just smile and say, thank you. I see what you did there. Even at the upcoming assignment team training coming up in March, the whole Northwest is working on psychological safety as well. This is not an easy thing, but we want to work together. So let's work on it as a region. Let's grow in grace together and just learn to be authentic as we are. Thank you very much.